My name is Jacob Surrency. I'm a senior at Hawthorne FFA, and this year I'm showing a steer for the Florida State Fair. This is reproductive management. Vision evaluation. Many traits of economic importance can be evaluated by simply looking at the animal. In purebreds, or registered animals, the ideal is usually described or illustrated by the breed registry and is referred to as breed character. There are many aspects of appearance that relate to reproductive efficiency. Most livestock show judges rely totally on the way the animal looks, moves, and or feels to make their decisions on class placings. Reproduction. Sexual reproduction begins with mating, called copulation. When the bull deposits semen, seminal fluid, plus sperm, into their reproductive tract of the cow or heifer, this occurs during the period called estrus or heat, when the female will accept the male for breeding. Ovulation is the release of the egg cell from the follicle on the ovary. Fertilization is the union of sperm and the egg cell. Cows typically give birth to only one calf at a time, but the release of more than one egg is possible, and twins are not out of the question. Gestation is the period of time during which the animal is pregnant, and parturition is the process of giving birth, also called calving. Dystocia is difficult birth, and cows or heifers experiencing dystocia may have trouble rebreeding. Processing calves. The newborn calf is fragile and requires special care. They must nurse within the first few hours after birth to get antibodies to fight disease. The first milk, called colostrum, contains antibodies and is thick and yellow, and is only produced for a few days. If possible, to help prevent infection, the navel stump is dipped in disinfectant like iodine or chlorhexidine. If calves are to be castrated, which is for their testicles to be removed, it should be carried out as early as possible to reduce stress, minimize bleeding, and prevent the development of secondary sex characteristics. Other management practices carried out for identification or safety, like ear tagging or dehorning, should be done as early as possible for similar reasons. You should be able to describe the equipment used and or demonstrate the techniques involved in the processes listed below. The first one is a semen tank, which is how you store the semen that the bull produces to impregnate your heifer or cow. A breeding gun is used to inseminate this heifer or cow. You can use the ear tagger as a way to identify your calf. An elastrator is how you can band, which is a way to castrate a bull. Your straw cutter or scissors is a way to open the semen tubes after the bull has made them. Tattoo numbers and letters is also a way to identify a calf or a heifer. Chin ball marker is a way to determine and detect if a calf, or not a calf, but a cow and a heifer is in heat. Natural mating. The easiest way to breed cattle is to let nature take its course. If bulls are allowed to be with the cows, they can find the ones ready to breed. The breeding season is the period of time that the cows are in the presence of the bulls and mating is occurring. Managers can limit the breeding season by removing the bulls after a specified period of time, typically 60 to 90 days. This shortens the subsequent calving season, reduces labor, and increases the uniformity of the calf crop at marketing. Heat detection. In herds where artificial insemination is being practiced, one of the most important management practices is detecting estrus so that insemination can be performed at the proper time. The key to heat detection is frequent and careful visual observations of the herd. Cows in heat often attempt to mount other cows or show riding behavior and stand to be mounted. Cows that are not in estrus will sometimes mount cows that are in estrus. However, mounting activity is more frequent when two or more cows are in estrus than when a single cow is in estrus. Mounting is more frequent in the evening and early morning hours than during the day, especially in the summer. Cows in estrus spend more time walking with less time resting and feeding They may smell the vulva or other cows. Frequently, they raise and twitch their tail. They will have a swollen vulva and clear mucus and can often be seen streaming from the vulva. Cows in other periods of the estrus cycle will not stand to be mounted. Therefore, standing for mounting is the strongest single behavior indication of estrus. There are several aids in determining heat in cattle. Most let you know if the cow is to be mounted. Some examples are a chin ball marker placed on a teaser animal, a paint stick on the tailhead, or heat check patches. A good record-keeping system is critical for managing breeding and parturition. When managing an estrus detection and AI program, the actual insemination is conducted 8 to 12 hours after an animal is detected in estrus. Therefore, most producers use the AM/PM rule. Cattle detected heat in the AM are bred in the PM, and those detected heat in the PM are bred in the AM. Artificial insemination. If you do not own a bull, or you want to breed an animal that is too expensive for you to own, it is possible to buy semen and breed artificially. Semen is collected from genetically superior sires when it is processed, frozen, and stored for later use. Artificial insemination, AI, accelerates genetic progress by allowing outstanding bulls to breed more cows than they would with natural mating. Key components of artificial insemination are selected matings, heat detection, semen collection, proper handling, and storage of semen, proper insemination technique, and accurate record keeping. AI is practiced extensively in dairy cattle, but to a lesser degree in beef cattle. Success depends on all the factors listed above and the management of the cattle, partially with regard to nutrition and health. Animal breed identification. The beef cattle industry has two main facets. The commercial industry makes up the largest sector and is composed of commercial grade or crossbred females bred to purebred or crossbred bulls. The product is weaned calves sold by the pound to go to a stocker or feedlot operation where the animals are finished to market weight and the animals are harvested for beef and beef byproducts. The seed stock or purebred facet makes only 5% of total beef production in America. The purebred producer sells genetics in the form of purebred breeding stock, primarily bulls, but also replacement heifers, semen, and embryos. Animals are selected for traits or characteristics that are considered economically important. A purebred animal has the characteristics defined by the breed registry, and purebreds are expected to pass those traits on to their offspring with a high degree of predictability. When animals of different breeds are mated, it is known as crossbreeding. The resulting offspring often outperform the parents due to a phenomenon called hybrid vigor. A composite breed is a new breed or a new line of cattle that are a result of crossbred animals to take advantage of the good traits of both breeds and to improve hybrid vigor, and they have a set of traits that they can consistently pass down, and they have an established breed registry. That was reproductive management.